record button, and then we say, gentlemen, have fun with it.
Good luck.
Thank you. Good
All
luck to
right.
yourself.
Doing
We'll
1,000
roll
things in chat,
Sure.
like turning them down just a smidge,
9.
as well as putting on a song and then talking about the deck of whoever wins. And you want Chemical Plant Zone? We can look.
I'll be able to play.
This one is from an artist that I like. We will
I'm gonna put back 2.
add to playlist.
Oh.
There you go. All right. It looks like, oh no, the bird's going first. So for any of my new kids out there, Tokoyami is one of the most aggressive characters in the entire game. He plays with attacks and actions exceptionally well. He summons the shadow of darkness by committing his character, which is normally a state you don't want to be in.
Yes, sir.
But in fact,
Sure
his
am.
character gets more powerful if he is committed.
Okay.
And so the goal here for this turn is he wants to build out as as many foundations as he possibly can, which only 3 is kind of rough. And then he wants to try and go in and hit as hard and as fast as he can on turn 2. Shoji's game plan, on the other hand, is to play a bit of a longer game, especially this deck. It wants to stuff my opponent's card pool full of cards, pick up the correct tool for the job, spending us some vitality, and winning the exchange rate that way, right?
Go ahead.
Playing, excuse me, playing things like I'll pay 4 life to hit you for 7 damage. Things along these lines. And chip you down in this incremental advantage, which eventually chipping you down against a 20 health character is enough to get you there.
Yes.
But build 4 from Shoji is good. That is enough to possibly protect your life, especially from only a build 3 Tokoyami. Interesting that we are opting to attack on this turn.
And first hands, I will Tokoyami.
Okay. So Tokoyami's ability is discard the top 5 cards of your deck. Go and find yourself, I think that was 6. Go and find yourself a Summon Dark Shadow and put it in your hand from your discard pile. And so essentially, he becomes like a pseudo 8 hand size character, but that one card is always going to be Summon Dark Shadow.
Let's go ahead and draw a card.
Right. No high block. Looking.
He's got it now, though, baby.
I'll play this on a 3.
Easy. Okay, so this was him either posturing he doesn't have a high block and like wanting Tokoyami to overcommit or something. At the same time,
Sound good. You're good to go.
Let's one with Tokoyami, and then I'll pass.
yeah. So this is a 10 damage move that you have to respect. Like it's a 6 high for 10 or 5 high for 10.
Yo, what up?
Oh, that's so loud.
Hello?
Yes. 5 for 10.
We're gonna mute this guy. Yeah. So we unfortunate 5, 6, 7 checks a 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If we checked a 5 there, we could have been cool.
Oh, I muted that guy. Yeah.
Okay. 4, 5, 3. Sorry, there's still things going on. It's gonna.
Draco Simp is going crazy.
Yeah, that fails. Sorry.
Yeah, that's a fine spot to be in.
Oh, I forgot to say Ashes and Go. That's too
Yeah.
exciting.
And then Shen.
Yeah. Oops. It's gonna be a lot harder than
I think we just jam out moves.
on a 3 with a +3 to my check.
Yeah. Oh, he forgot to enhance to say his actions don't count. That could be really big here.
On a 3.
I think we actually just build out everything. Right? We don't hold anything. We want to commit all of it, right? Yeah, commit and play the last one. I think you commit and play the last one because you have a Breaker 2 block in your hand. And you're down for the Breaker 2. Alright, he's only got 4 foundations. It's okay to take half damage. We do have -1 damage sitting on our character, so like it's gonna be sometimes a little tough to get through it. At the same time, though, if we cannot pass the block, Shoji's +2/+2 is going to be pretty detrimental. We're just playing it again. Is that what just accidentally happened?
Let's go ahead and...
It is what happened. Let's go back to the stream.
Checks. Any response?
No response.
Alright, let's go ahead and add the top card of your deck to your card pool.
This is a pretty rough spot for
damage.
I'm gonna give it -1 damage.
Tokoyami to be in. This is 4.
So,
4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, we could block this and breaker them, but that is an attack out of our hand. We have a momentum.
I'll give it -2 speed.
He's opting to go for the block.
Okay. Let's give it +1 speed, +1 damage.
Ooh, I like this.
Filling counter, and
Yeah.
my next check +1.
Okay, so in the long run, what this does... in the short term, what this does is this turns our Tongue Whip into an odd damaged move. So if the half block happens, we're going to do 3 damage and not 2. And then it's going to give it my next check +1, which we can see a Breaker 2 coming, which means I'm going to reduce it essentially from Breaker 2 down to Breaker 1. So we get a little lucky here for making it Breaker 1 as opposed to Breaker 2.
Sounds good.
As well as push that extra bonus damage over top of, which 20 health is crazy.
There we go. Yeah, I accidentally put it in my hand. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So from here, I think we just build foundations and pass. We have our momentum.
And
We should form with Shoji for sure. I'm not going to look at his discard pile for options because I don't want to accidentally remind him because he can see my hand hovering around.
Breaker 2.
Yes, sir.
But you have +1 to your check. Remember that.
Let's go ahead and rigorous training on a 4.
I'm a 2, 3, but he checked a 2. We're good.
Or 5, actually.
Reading. Oh, it's just your next range attack. This turn gets -1 difficulty. Interesting. Then I would have jammed a move.
We're gonna Shoji form
Yeah, I would have done that first.
to pick up a card.
The reason I would have done that first is it would have allowed me to have my character to commit for cost for
Recovery Girl's
playing my
Kiss,
dude.
And we're
Playing
gonna
my
go
move.
ahead and play it on a 3.
done a 2.
Or a
2.
2. Yeah.
Wowzers, he's checking every frog lashing he possibly can. We should play the cape.
Response to building rigorous. I'm going to go ahead and gain 2.
We should build a cape?
Alright.
Question mark.
Ready, review, draw 6.
He drew cold, so now we build 4 pass.
Okay.
There's pretty much no reason to poke here, I don't think.
I'm taking a peek at your discard.
Sounds good.
I could see him potentially holding one of the low blocks.
Okay.
It is interesting if he plays the attack, though.
Gonna go on a 2.
Okay, I like this. I like this. I do like him playing the foundations. The question is, will he hold the low block?
2.
He is
Then I'm gonna end it.
opting to. He's opting to. This is gonna give him at least 1 block to mess around with.
I'm going
We can see a low block in his hand. Grab some more goldfish.
Let's go ahead and draw 2.
No review. Interesting. So the no review here is saying that Electaboom is down to play it calm, cool, collected. Hey, let's ease ourselves into the late game as much as we can. I want to build foundations this turn.
Ahead and
If he opts to
Shoji
play an
one.
attack this turn, or if he comes and he picks up
going to
an
go
attack
ahead and pick up-
that doesn't have that breaker block on it, then the review is probably a misplay. Right? The cardinal rule is if you want to play attacks, you review foundation cards. If you want to play foundations, you review attack cards. It is a big fallacy in this game that
Losing
people
400.
constantly just opt not to review.
Then
First and
going
foremost,
to-
they opt not to review at all. And then secondly, they refuse to review attack cards. Get rid of the attacks if you don't want them.
Alright.
If they're not useful right now,
to 3.
get them out of there. There's no point to have them.
Any response?
No responses.
All right,
Nobody
go
ever
ahead and
thinks
top
that
part of your
I'm
deck.
going to redraw my attacks. And the answer is you will. You just will.
All right.
I will Tokoyami.
Shoto teaches that lesson well, 100%.
Slow attacks.
This is interesting.
Okay, I'm going to get kissed.
More attacks
and
discard,
get-
please. Yep.
Alright. I will pass.
Okay, I'm gonna get +1 damage.
I'll respond.
We've got 7 in deck still.
Okay.
The question that we have here, chat, is do we block with the low block now? Or do we block with the low block later? Because we have to assume that there's probably a second one of these coming. Unless
no enhance.
we...
for a
I mean,
4.
we haven't seen any. I would not block with the low block
3,
right now. I would
4.
actually block with a mid block and be down to take half. I'd be down to take my 3 more and assume there's another low attack coming. Especially
Let's go
because we've
ahead
seen
and
high. He's got all 4 frog lashings out. How
naval
unfortunate.
Charge on a
Yeah, I would have blocked. I would have blocked the mid block here. I think.
checks.
Oh, I clicked the wrong button. It'll work though.
Going to discard a momentum and gain 3 health.
I'll give it -1 damage with Tokoyami.
Sounds good.
Looks good. It's gonna be a 4 damage
I'm going-
move.
Since I flipped a foundation, I'm gonna give it +1.
Have we?
+1.
Oh, we have flipped with Recovery Girl's Kiss. That's pretty good. Yo, back to 21. All our hard work gone in a flash.
Isn't that your next attack?
It is your next
You're
attack.
totally right. I've been reading this card wrong.
Hey, that's why we play test.
I'll pass them.
Okay.
The question is do we play the Naval Laser Blast next?
Looking for 7 for a partial.
Checks a 5, commit the 2,
7.
darkness. This is a scary place for Shoji to be because we can't do 15.
Let's go ahead and naval laser on a 7.
He's already checked so many attacks. How are we checking so bad? How many attacks does Shoji running?
4, 5, 6, 7.
It's interesting that, one, we didn't use the ability on first villain
response.
encounter. It's also interesting we didn't use the ability on Shoji since we're stringing
going to
out
flip.
3 attacks. One of the big strengths that Shoji has is like as his first form of the turn, 9 times out of
And this
10,
one does
I just
have
want to pick something up,
+1.
and then on my first
Right.
move, I want to commit
I'm
and
gonna
then
flip this foundation.
blast it off.
Give it 2 speed.
Okay, I'm gonna end the hand stuff.
Okay. So this is a 6 mid for 7.
So that's
Coming
a
through.
6 mid for 7.
So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9,
not a
10,
9.
11.
Oh, that's the speed. I see. Yeah, I'll take 7.
Yeah,
It's interesting. I would have actually let him give it the damage and then responded with the
Right,
other
so
heroic lineage,
get
right?
That one. And
Right?
partial
Because it'd have
block
been
this
at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8.
one, and
Check
then
a 5.
Full blocked.
We block it.
Yes.
If he draws,
Draw 4.
he would have checked a 5. Yeah,
Okay.
you would have crushed it. What happened to all of this kid's attacks?
On a 5.
What is going on here?
Oh. This was supposed to be part of that.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Do you want me to shuffle it back in?
Did it?
Do you want to redo it?
Did you only have one card left in deck?
Yeah, that was my last card.
Ask
this,
your
and then-
opponent, I guess.
Okay.
Uh,
I was just gonna do it again with the cool student, actually, in the discard pile.
Okay.
Because I haven't looked at it yet or anything. So, like, hopefully this time I don't.
It's because I was looking inside of your discard pile. My apologies.
No, it's okay.
I want to come down here and I want to look at this thing. Search 1, 2, 3, 4 attacks gone.
I'll enhance this card. Doesn't count.
Why
for
couldn't
the
this guy
rest of the turn.
check
Yeah.
and draw this cold when he was fighting me in a tournament? Huh?
yeah, sounds good. All you.
On a 3? Nope. On a Tokoyami enhance?
Good call. Go and find ourselves another Summon Dark Shadow.
What was that earlier? Was that a
I
chat
just
thing?
showed. No, I showed this. I didn't check for it yet though, but then I realized it. No, when I order it like that.
So this is...
Oh, I just played my character enhance. I'm sorry. I showed this card, but I didn't play the check for it yet.
Okay, so what happened earlier?
With this?
Yeah.
Oh, I cycled. Sorry about this.
You review?
So what happened was I was looking inside of Tokoyami's discard pile whenever he cycled, and it kept one card out, and so he had to recycle to put that card back in the potentials to be cycled. If you
It was more my question of why he cycled. I thought he was activating.
I ran out of cards.
Tokoyami.
he ran out of cards in his deck.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, activating Tokoyami, you're all good.
Yeah, we are now going to play 3 Summon Dark Shadows and give this thing plus 3/3.
With heroic lineage, give it +2 damage.
Interesting we do it now and not later. This might not be the turn that he wants to pop off, is the big question.
And your hands.
Is that worth? Doesn't that kill him, though? Right? Because this is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Sure, let's go ahead and destroy this to give this my check to block this plus
Plus
2.
it. Okay. Already heroic lineage with Crow and Frog takedown.
That's so crazy.
Sounds good.
Like, that's lethal, right?
I will give it. If you have no more enhances,
I have no more enhances. You're all good.
I'm gonna give it 3 more damage total with Tokoyami, Stronger Darkness. And then I'll
Sound-
pass after that.
Right, because this would be a
So
4,
let's go
5,
ahead
6,
and
7,
what was someone with style?
8, 9 with +2 to the check. Checks a 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He has to check a 5?
Need to check a 5.
Okay, I guess I was wrong.
5, full block.
Hey, I see what you did there. Good point. Good point. Hey, you're right. Not worth it. Might be.
On a
But he
6
goes
with
for
a
it?
+3 to my check.
Sounds good.
Checks when it enters the card pool. I'm gonna respond with both of the heroic lineages.
Sounds good.
To give
Gets
it
another
+4
plus
damage.
4 damage. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. Dang. If
yeah.
we had a
I'm gonna go ahead.
we had
and destroy
grab one of
this.
those.
Give myself
Tokoyami's
+2
turn
block.
always sounds more like a Yu-Gi-Oh! I
This
summoned
card
3
does not
Dark
count for
Shadows and
aggressive
played Dark
versus
Shadow
damage.
Ruin face up in
Sounds
attack
good.
mode.
Yours.
All you.
I love that restart. That's so funny.
Ready that heroic lineage that hasn't been readied. I'm gonna play this on a 3.
2, 3. Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if we play the fourth one, if we're gonna be honest, or the third one.
Play this
He's going for it. On a 2, 3, 4 with +3 to your check. Crush it. He keeps checking attacks. We love to see it. Attack, 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 attack. Crazy. Wishes you was Todoroki.
Tokoyami, Stronger Darkness plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.
Yeah.
And I'll send it after that.
15?
7 high for 15.
I mean, he had to check orange once, right? And then we killed him? Because he can't block here either. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Checks a 7, 8, 9. Like he can't.
All right. Yeah, I take.
Yeah, but he blocked the first one. Oh, you're saying right now it seems a little weird. I agree. I probably would have held the 1 summon Dark Shadow so that I could like have better blocks, right? I could have played the card that gives my move minus speed, pushed myself 1 foundation forward in game state, and then let it rock.
Go ahead and.
Oh, I love the review here.
I'm gonna look at your discard real quick.
We love the review. He's at 8 health. Just kill him. This card's so crazy, dude. This card's one of the good ones. This is a pretty good My Hero card. It's got the good words on it. I would have kept the Dark Shadow and played Stronger. I don't think I would have played Stronger because it's a high block. I mean, maybe. Yeah, we could have played Stronger because it's a high block.
I'm going to go ahead and review Trushy Cape.
The big issue here is that it is a high block, and we have so many highs in the yard already.
Alright, let's go ahead and play
Wowzers.
Passing the Torch on a 2.
If only had locals to go to and pull plus ultra packs. I see what you did there. Go start your locals, man.
Observant.
Go rock it.
2.
You have clout. You've got cardboard. You'd be like, yo, you want to get your face on some cardboard? Start with this baby game, and then you can come play standard.
Form.
Interesting. We pick up a mid block and wait.
2.
That easy. Restart. That easy. True. I see what you did there. Never once cardboard MHA. That's true. That is true.
Okay.
He picked up a low block. What card could he be worried about?
A Stronger Darkness and draw.
I'll wait for him to be done with... Wow. Why is everybody drawing cold on my stream? I'm here for exciting, fun games. I guess it's to... Like, he was afraid of Ice Storm? This does fix his block coverage?
In a tough spot.
You build and pass. You're good. You're at 8. You're fine.
That sounds good for me.
Sounds good for you, probably.
You're in Central Standard Time? I think so.
Play this
I'm in Omaha.
one.
Maybe because I can never draw kill turns either. All right, how do we time out Nacero? You're gonna get timed out for 1 whole minute. All right, punk. over here. I'll draw kill turns when I want. I draw kill turns when I want to. All right. When I don't draw kill turns, it's because I want to play for the long game.
I'm gonna go ahead
Nacero.
and draw 3.
You punk.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Perfect. Alright. Let's.
I mean, do we push here? We're at 5.
Let's go ahead and naval laser.
See, this here,
Alright.
this is why I personally, I play
Checks.
I play throws in this Shoji deck, right?
Go ahead and if you
Pay
have
5
no
to pick up a
response,
6 damage
Yeah,
move.
response.
That sounds great. A little unfortunate right now because we're at 5,
flip this for some damage.
but it can happen. What's my local
I'll
shop? I
respond to
play
that.
at Mana Merchant. Symbolic Carnage, are you in Omaha?
Respond with both of them. For
to
minus
give it
speed.
-6 speed.
Yep.
Good God.
Yeah, flip recovery girl, then form pick up the
Sure, sounds
throw.
fun.
Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds very good. It's got minus
yeah,
6
let's
speed.
gain
Insane.
1.
I mean, the other option here is we play 2. Do we have anything that has EX or powerful? Search.
Have fun with that.
You pass it?
Yep.
Alright, on a 0.
Nah, it's a little shop. It's a little shop.
I wonder how you did that.
You're a mobile, so you play with
Go ahead and
you play with Ty. Have we talked about this symbolic carnage? Have we talked about this?
amphibious rush on a 6.
Check to 5. Crushed it.
5, 6.
Okay.
In response,
No response.
add one of your face-up foundations from your stage to your card pool. Then you get to build from the top of your deck face down.
It's an attack. Of course, it's an attack.
I'll give it -2 speed.
This guy can't draw attacks to save his life. Unfortunate.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and add this to my momentum.
Okay. I will pass.
That one stays there. This one's not.
It's interesting that we haven't flipped to peek at the top card of our deck to then draw it off of Observant Student.
Alright.
Okay, Carnage. I think that Ty is actually my
see your
creator of the
foundations, yeah.
week. If you want to type in him,
The number, I have 10.
and she's back. If you type in
Alright.
MA
Let's go ahead and commit villain encounter.
MA creator in the exclamation MA creator, you should be able to link Ty's House of Cards. Really cool guy. He's from Alabama. I'm not.
Okay, pass.
I think he's in Mobile. I think Mobile or Birmingham.
So,
If you're ever in Auburn, we're trying to get a group started. There's so many people in Alabama playing My Hero, and hilariously, they're all in my chat.
flip this. Let me take a look at the top part of my deck.
He may be in Birmingham. Fair. Yeah, I used to live in Dothan. Funny enough, before I moved up here.
Pass.
Alright. Let's go ahead.
I got a mean in my tourney pack yesterday. Yo, jealous. I got All Might 3.
And pick up.
You want to draw that attack? Alright, I'll pass.
Wait, what happened?
Alright, send it.
Did you, is this committed? I can't tell.
Yeah,
I don't know.
this one here? The
Oh,
villain
yeah, it's
encounter?
glitched out on my screen. I was just
Oh.
making sure. Alright, so a 2 high for 6. On a 6. 5/6.
So we could find lethal
Let's
here.
go ahead and
Pay 4 health. Pick up the 4 damage move that says +1 damage for each card of the card pool. Add a card into the card pool.
not do that.
And then commit Shoji for +2 more damage. Gets around the minus damage
Go
from
ahead and
whatever.
get a kiss back.
Oh, rough. At 3 stores with an
Alright.
hour running events and
So
a possible
we're going
4th
to-
starting in like February. Whoa, that's amazing.
dude.
Restart. That's so good.
Yep.
On a 2.
Alright.
Took us 2 of the Bakugo. Yeah, he could block. I forgot this card was a card. If we're gonna be honest. Attack damage is equal to or greater than your current health. It gets -3 speed. Yeah, that is good for a panic block.
Then we're going to Kiss.
It's usually not a card. Good
Okay.
point.
Kiss on a 2. Or 3.
Okay.
Has Electaboom held
At the moment.
this Treshik cape in his hand for 3 turns? Or does he keep drawing it?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, sir.
Okay, so if I'm right, every single card in my deck should be an attack. That's left. So I'm gonna review, draw 5, and then
We're hoping not.
cycle and draw 1 more.
Cycle.
Oh, I'm so wrong. I don't know.
He said
I
I'm
forgot my moments.
so wrong.
Check.
We're gonna see how many cards he has left after this cycle, because it's 12. He gets to play 11 cards.
Gross.
Thank you, Ramen. I appreciate it, man. He gets to play 11 cards total. If Shoji can survive, because he's gonna be at
Start
8 health, if he can live, this is a for sure a deck out,
checks.
which we have not seen on
For
stream
first hand,
ever. I don't think.
I'm gonna discard 2 to draw 2.
Excuse me?
I'll do something equally as powerful.
8 more
and
cards?
gain one.
He says he's going for it.
Mistake.
He's playing a 50 card deck.
So
Every
many
turn-
cards can I play?
He discards the top 5 cards of his deck to go and find an extra one, right? And he's done that 3 times, so there's 15 cards gone.
Okay.
He's tight 50 cards. He's already cycled twice. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards in his stage.
Yeah, pretty
2 in
sure
his
cycle.
momentum.
Actually, I'll get to cycle one more time, so it'll be fine. Okay.
He won't get to cycle one more
also
time.
Tokoyami.
Now he's crazy. Now he's crazy. That was not worth +1 speed, +1 damage. Yeah, that was actually insane. He has 10 cards even in his deck.
Yeah.
He'll cycle and die. That was a crazy move. I'm down for discard 2, draw 2.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
okay.
Gain another health.
Yeah, he said, hey, +1, dude.
On a 3.
That's another check that you've made. This thing better kill it.
Okay.
He gets to play literally 1 more card. This next attack better kill him. That's what he's saying.
Yeah. No enhance.
I'm going to give it +1 with Tokoyami.
Yo, actually, it's not. He has to. So the line that he has to do, I'm gonna mute them.
Sounds
He has to play the Ice Storm. He has to play the Ice Storm so that he can powerful 2 to put 2 more cards into his discard pile, so that when he cycles, he still has 2 cards left in deck.
good.
That's the line, boys. And he's at deadlock, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
The release was on top though, right? Is that one?
I'm honestly not sure. Like,
Yeah, it looked weird.
release should have.
I was talking to
much-
chat. I have no idea.
I think Amphibious Rush is what I checked, so I'm gonna go by that. Does that sound good?
Okay.
Alright. Full one.
No, he has to play Ice Storm.
On a 7 with a +3 to my check. Checks a 3 and 4.
So the thing is, if he would have put the other 2 cards in his deck, he would have gotten 1 more attack to
Will say
play.
Actions do not count towards progressive difficulty for the rest of the turn. Oh,
Yeah.
That was a crazy line.
I'm
That
gonna
it was
go
a tough
ahead
line to find.
and destroy this to give myself +2 in the check.
Want this kill though? Big maybe.
Okay. I'm gonna give it +3 damage and it gains.
Oh, because it's a 4 mid block? Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I was just happy to not cycle.
Yeah, sounds good.
I messed up badly. Oh well.
So this is a...
Nope, you're good.
It's a 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'll
5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And your hands.
6, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crazy. Why are we drawing?
I'm gonna.
He knew there was a
give
3?
this, -3 speed because it's greater than or equal to my current health.
okay.
You got to do it again, brother.
And
With what?
with my in danger.
You got to do it again, brother.
Sure.
He said sure. He says, hey,
Real quick.
hey man, I'm down.
And if you wanna keep passing, I'm just gonna add 3 more damage to it. And then send it.
No, no. You got to do it one more time. You got to do it one more time.
Is that a total of?
It's too high for 12.
Unless you're trying to play one more, right?
So let's go ahead and block with naval laser.
Oof.
I need to check a 4 here.
Yes, you
Yeah.
checked.
2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5. Yeah, you
Alright.
checked it. You're good.
Breaker 5. Yeah, I checked it.
Breaker 2. It was at.
6.
Yeah, we'll take 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you don't have a high block, then let's play this on a
5, 6, 7, 8. Checks a 5.
and I'm gonna respond when it enters the battlefield for
Well-
plus 4 more damage.
Well, he's got to pass it first.
And you took into account my breaker 2, correct?
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
I
you
don't
got
know
to
what I
pass it
checked,
first.
actually. I don't know what I checked.
You checked a 5.
Okay. Sorry.
You're all good.
Should have been looking. So there. I'll check like that, and then I'll respond.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, I made a lot of mistakes. I miscounted my deck.
He did, but he found his way out of
I'm
it.
so confused in why you.
Because I need
used
to have one
Endanger.
more card left after I cycled, or else I just lose.
Oh, so you put something in your graveyard
Yeah, I
for
put it in
your
my discard so I
discard.
didn't just die.
Your other option, if you wanted to, Damdol, was to play the Ice Storm in hand and powerful
Yeah, that's-
powerful 3 twice.
Yes, that's what I was originally. I miscounted. I thought that I had like time to play one more card.
Mm.
Just, yeah, I was like, oh, I can just put the momentum in there, but yeah. That's why I was like, oh, I messed up. Would you like to go first?
I would not.
Oh, you would not?
Nope.
And draw 2.
All right, we got another gamble coming on. Yo, these breaker 2 blocks are pretty good. Nil, does a rum and coke count as hydration?
Alright, I'm just gonna keep shuffling until you're ready, okay?
Oh, I'm ready. I'm sorry.
The only time I consider going second is when I'm running
Alright.
4 2 checks. Even then, it's just better to build like you've got the 2s in your deck and get to be the aggressor, right? Never water? Pretty much.
And enter.
Let's go ahead.
Maybe I'll
Passing the torch.
maybe I'll actually make a
Let's go ahead and
a reward of like actually drink water. Actually get a glass of water.
rigorous training. On a 3. Stretchy tape. On 3.
Get up out of your dumb chair and go get water.
Let's go ahead and
I don't run any 2s in the decks I have yet. I play them in like Detroit Smash
Form?
decks. I think
Okay.
Detroit Smash decks are
Rhythm
sweet.
speed. For 1 life.
Okay.
How
Man,
about
Hades is such a good
times?
freaking soundtrack.
Otherwise, tight-lipped.
Okay.
3.
Crushed it.
Really don't matter.
Played on a 5.
Yep. Sounds good to me.
Oh, you go for it. You gamble it.
I'm gonna keep
Nomu
these 3
2s and
Alright.
Shoto
I
tape
am
swings.
responding.
Okay,
Responding.
okay.
Getting another 2 life.
Oh, life.
Yeah.
Most of the 2 I have is the Nomu one.
Sorry.
Yeah, that card could have been way cooler for being a 2 check. With that said, though, when that move hits, when it showed you choose to go second, yes, I see what you did there. They certainly did. They valued the +1 hand size
3.
to be a 7 hand size character more than being able to build on turn 1. They wanted to play a defensive game.
Response, I will Tokoyami.
Sounds good.
Honestly thought of running Detroit and Nomu. That sounds hilarious, actually.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and draw a card.
Okay. I'll say this card does not count towards progressive difficulty for the rest of the turn.
I just looked
good.
at Tokoyami's hand. Wow,
I
insane.
will- Or your hands.
All you.
Okay. I will play this one on 3.
Sounds good.
Yeah, this is a pretty big hand.
Ready in danger. And I'm gonna give it +1 damage with Tokoyami.
The question is which
5/5%.
card do we play next?
No
Do we
fear.
play Crow and Frog or
just
do we
got-
play Dark Shadow Ruin? I
just
think
got
the
beat last
answer
game
is
super
Crow.
hard, but I have no fear.
Alright.
Just
so
kidding.
This is on a 6 with a +3, which
5,
Sure.
Make it hard 6
6.
anyway.
Easy.
No response. And for first enhance, I'll give it +3 damage and gain stun 1.
Yeah, sounds good. No enhance.
I'm gonna stun 1.
We're stunning 1.
I
will
mean,
give
this
it,
is
+1
22 in
damage
hand if
with
we just check hot now.
Sounds good.
I'll say actions don't count towards progressive difficulty for the rest of this turn.
Okay.
And I will send it 5 high for 10.
Recoveries, girls, kiss.
On a 5, 6, 7. Checks a 5,
5,
6,
6.
7. Good job. Good block. We'll take our 5.
Yeah.
We'll take our 5.
Dude. This on a 5.
Take 5 from the half block.
Oh, thank you.
It's all good. So this is on a 4, 5. It
So
checks.
This on a 5
Comes in. It's +1, +1.
passes. And for first enhance, I'll discard these 2. To draw.
Interesting that he discarded a 4 diff attack. Maybe he just wants more foundations? Question mark.
All you, bud.
Tokoyami +1 damage,
Sounds good.
and I'll send it 4 high for 6.
Yeah,
Okay.
poking for another 6, go to
Sounds
11.
nice.
This is a really scary place for Shoji to be
Check it.
because of how potent
7,
Dark Shadow Ruin is. I mean, it's just a 10 damage move, right?
7.
Like, it's always 10 damage. And so,
I
like,
guess I could.
5, 6, 7? I don't know, man. I don't even
Guess
think
I
it's
could.
necessarily worth it. If you do, you have to play the Crow and Frog
Crazy.
first,
Six
right?
on a 7.
Checks a 5. 5, 6, 7?
Oh, ready this other card.
It was on a 7, you have to commit 2?
Oh, yeah.
And now you're good.
Alright. Thank you. Already this card.
All you.
And
It
I'll say this card is
Doesn't count?
Sounds good.
And I'll give it.
This
plus
could be
damage,
game.
Sounds good.
And I will pass.
I mean, if he's going for it, he goes for it, right? Aggro player's trying to cheat.
Yeah. 7 hurts.
Okay. Yeah, I was even thinking like I'll have exactly the right amount of foundations. So.
He checks another 5, and
And on a
we all roll.
fail.
Okay. Off of 3 foundations,
This.
we... Sweet justice. So the question here is, as Shoji, do you just try and kill Tokoyami? Right?
I'm going to go ahead and review Observant Student.
So that's the interesting choice. Like, why would you review Observant Student when you could just review the attack? Yeah, because like now you've traded a 2 low block for a... Sorry, you traded a 1 low block for a 2 low block?
So let's go ahead and...
Because this does not kill Tokoyami. This doesn't. There's no way we can. It's impossible. It's just not possible. Correct. Also, what up, Scavenger? How's it going, man? Yep, our attacks are too expensive.
We're going to... Passing the torch. We're going to...
I need you to...
Vigorous Training.
He's got a Trishik on board, though. How many
And then
Trishiks does a
going
deck like this
to
need? That's a big question mark.
Form. And go
Okay.
ahead and pick up...
He
Recovery
can
Spell
pay
Space,
1 life
and we're gonna check it too.
to kill 1 health and to get it back. He
Do you want more life or something?
No. And in fact, kind of like to go a little bit low. Can you help me out on that?
Yeah, for sure.
But I will respond, gaining 2, just because, you know, you might as well.
Yeah. Fair enough.
We haven't seen a Shoji win on stream yet. I think it's tough. I think it's a really hard deck to play. I think it's one of the hardest decks to pilot, actually. We could possibly get there with this hand. Right? Because this is a 9 high for... I mean, this is a 9 high for lethal. Right?
Let it go
Funny enough, we don't have a...
on a 2.
Okay. Opts not to.
On a
I think this is the right call of just building.
And on a...
A lot of people don't seem to play Shoji optimally. I think it's because it's hard, dude. I think it's because it's
My
super hard.
Sounds cool. Let's go ahead and review Trishik Cape.
I feel like he'd have been at higher health total going against that Toko turn 2 going first. I mean, I don't disagree with you. I think in this game going first, I think the math that we've done is like, you have a 70. It's a 70-30 going first. Like, if you want to win games, go first. If you want to win at the My Hero card game, here's the best advice that I could give you. Right? Here's the advice that Mark Tyner and every other champion would give you. Right? I see what you did there. This is the advice that he'd give you. Go first. Win the die roll. Be better at rolling dice than your opponent, and you will win more times.
Let's go ahead and tongue whip.
Although, this hand's very angry, and you might die.
Checks. Responses.
No response.
Let's add the top card of your deck to your card pool.
I will Tokoyami.
Oh my goodness. It's not Ray. He came in muted. How polite. Unheard of. There's no deck like 59 attack mature in this set, so yeah, I agree. I agree completely.
Okay, I'll give it minus 2 speed. Minus 2 speed.
Hey Ray, if you want to watch the game, you can go over to twitch.tv/TamCardwell and see what's going on. Your call though, buddy.
I'm gonna go ahead and gain a life.
I will pass.
Yeah, this is a good looking spot.
Send it.
On a 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Checks the 6 like a madman.
Okay. Let's go
Looking
ahead
good?
and
What, I mean, we form pick up another attack? What attack could we pick up? Actually, picking up Amphibious Ambush is insane here. I think picking up Amphibious Ambush is the way that we win the game. He's listening to stream.
Okay.
Go down to 2.
Okay.
You've been in my chat for this long. I see what you did there, and you just followed. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you. I thought that happened like a month ago.
Okay. Any response?
No response.
Alright. Let's go ahead and add one of your face-up foundations from your stage to your card pool.
Yo, this is
I will
sick.
end the enhanced stuff.
This? Oh no, we should have pushed.
Yeah, sounds good.
No.
No block. I'll take 5.
Sounds good. Let's go ahead and...
How do we do 15? I don't know. I mean, we have to play the other one, right? On a 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, flip.
And
Yeah.
Rush again.
Please don't check a 3. Nice.
5.
And then we commit the 2 passing the torches because we already have enough attacks.
6. Nope,
Oh.
That's not where that goes. 6.
No,
7.
no. You have to flip. You have to do tight-lipped because it's going to give you more damage to try and push this through, right? He didn't get a chance to, Fuzzy, because we ended the enhanced step with Fulfill My Duty. Because that was the first enhanced that Tokoyami did.
I will give it -2 speed.
Sounds good.
Whew.
Let's go ahead and pull this one out of our court.
It certainly did. It might be the thing that like
will pass.
lets this character survive, and which is why a lot of these aggro characters are opting to play the fire symbol exclusively because of how powerful Fulfill My Duty is, right? Like that one enhance might have actually just like saved him the entire game.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yep. So it's a 2
Pass it in.
high.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if we get to block this, honestly.
For a partial on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. And take 3.
Okay.
Wow. So
Let's go ahead and...
this music's too chill.
see if this works.
5, 6, 7? 3?
Failed.
Not quite there. Wow. How many 3s did he check in a row is the big question. Boom, boom, boom. Because he played 4 attacks this turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow. Check 3 attacks out of the 4 checks that we did. That is a pretty rough spot to be in.
Cycle.
And we are at 2, and that is the game. We do not have a high block to save us.
And draw 1 more.
We only have 1 card that we could possibly draw.
And yeah, I'm gonna start off with a 5.
And there it is.
Yeah, good game.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a.
It's gonna
It's gonna be too
make that 8
fast.
speed. Good.
What could Shoji have done?
Yeah, I kind of drew.
Maybe build. I mean, the very first thing. I like the boom. Go first, buddy. Go first. It is worth it. You seeing so here's the math of going first, right? So you'll see 6 cards
I like Frog Shoji though.
versus his 7 cards on turn 1,
Yeah.
and then you'll see 7 cards to 7 cards the rest of the game.
What's up today? I'm not
But
really on top of
you will be
things.
up 6 whole cards to him. Right?
There's
Because
definitely
it's
a
6,
couple
then
of
7,
cases in
and then
which,
7, then
like,
7,
last
and
game,
then 7,
I
then
kept
7, and you'll
big old
constantly have this
crazy
advantage,
cases,
and you
I
have that 9 extra health.
basically
As
I-
well as, you never enhanced on
I
your face
started,
ever.
like-
You never enhanced commit
I
your
started the
face for
turn
+2,
not
+2.
reviewing it because I
right?
was like, all right, this is gonna be
I
the
think
time
there's,
I'm
I
gonna
think
play
there's
it, and then
something,
just
I think that
never
is
played
important.
it,
I think that's important.
and I just kind of went into like a feedback loop of that. And so I ended up with a card that I just could never block with.
Also, I think you should play
Yeah,
throws.
fair enough.
Actually, I think you should play
All right.
throws.
Well,
Yeah, that's a good game, fellas.
I'll see y'all later.